Okay, I think I have decided on the paper for the inside, and I think I decided that I'm not going to worry about putting thicker cardstock back there. I do have some choices. Trust me, I have plenty of choices, but I think I'm just going to use this and just not worry about it. I did add another little piece of tape, or another piece of that tie back to that little, remember that's the original side of the box. I haven't actually ever cut the box that way before, so this is a, a test or new. Anyhow, so I'm going to, I do think I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac over that, just on that ledge of that tape right here, because that's really slick tape. Let's see, I'm trying to see if I can get some more light in here. And, all right, so I'm going to just start with that. I don't know that I'm going to use it all over, but actually, I may do that last. I'm going to use the glue stick, I think, and then I may go around the entire rim. Let's see. I lost my glue stick. Oh, no, here you are. Okay. I was really hoping to have this finished yesterday. Yesterday being the last day of June, which is the day I started this, but I didn't get home until, I don't know, about 8:30, 9 o'clock last night, so I was tired. And I'm actually, my craft space right now is actually my kitchen. Yeah. I know that sounds weird, but I'm at my kitchen table. I'm just going to add this bead of the Fabri-Tac, a very small bead of it around the edges and on that taped area. Okay. I don't, usually I try to smooth that out, but I really don't feel like getting something out to do that with right now. So, I'm not gonna. Just trying to go close to that edge. I mean, you can do it over and then, let it hang over and then trim it, whichever. Let me see. I'm trying to see where my fold is. Okay, it can slide in just a hair. Or not. Good right there. It didn't want to slide in. That tape is, that glue is pretty strong. Dries pretty quick. Here. I was going to say that scissor, the cover works as a makeshift bone folder. Okay. And I'll just trim that. But I don't know, when I started doing, maybe last summer, when I started doing some, everybody was doing the online art classes and different things that, people were offering because of, what was going on. And I think I was taking a couple of art classes and I needed some space to spread out. And so I took over, I commandeered my kitchen table. Yeah, that came after I sat on the floor for a 3-hour art class and couldn't get back up. So I realized I was too old to sit on the floor and play. So, we don't use the table a whole lot. Not anybody comes over anymore. We're empty nesters. we are very empty nesters now. Our daughter is grown and lives in another state, and she's got some adventures of her own I'll tell you about someday. She is restoring, gutting, demolishing, whatever, an old school bus. And she is doing amazing things with it. Anyway, she's going to live in it and travel around the country. So, but she does not live here at this moment. And like I said, we don't have, we're even out of fur babies right now. So we are very, very empty nesters. And so, you know, why not, right? So I'm in the kitchen, and the living room it's kind of an open area. So where he sits in the evening and watches TV is right. I can see him from here. So it's not very practical for me to try to video while he's doing that. I certainly can come in here and create. But anyway, so I thought I would pick back up with this morning. And yes, we are ignoring that is probably a grease spot. Just in case you were wondering. It's not wet or anything like that. It certainly did not go through the box because I did not see it on the outside. Oh yeah. Oh shoot. I turned that back up right. And I'm just gonna put, again, a little bead down there. Anyway, you all know how to do this, I'm sure. But I thought I would just bring you along for the chat. And one thing I think these videos are going to force me to do is make decisions, which is my #1 reason why I don't get anything done. As you can see, you know, just even in these few videos, my decision-making skills are lacking. My creativity is probably not the issue. Well, not a lack of. I have plenty of creativity and imagination and ideas. I'm full of ideas. But my brain tends to jump to the next project before my hands have a chance to even act on the first 5 projects. So, I think we come from a long line of crafters, though, of some sort. And I know that, let's see, I know my mom, you know, I mean, good grief, as far back as I can remember, we did, she always did the Vacation Bible School crafts and banners for church. And so I think when my siblings, my sisters and I, as soon as we were old enough to hold a pair of scissors, we were probably cutting out felt letters for banners to hang in the church. So, and that was before die cut machines, because I think that was when my sister introduced me to the original Sizzix. The old red one with the handle. I guess that was the original. Anyway, it was the first one I had. And I was like, the first thing I said was, oh my goodness, if we would have had these when we were kids, we wouldn't have had to stay up at the church so late on a Saturday night making a banner for church the next morning. Anyway, so we were always creating something out of popsicle sticks or matchsticks or whatever you do. Anyhow. So, all right. I think. And yeah, after the fact, I'm sure you all have already caught this. But if I had glued this down first, I would have realized that I could have put this on there. But we're just going to not worry about that. We're not going to pay attention to that, are we? I'm not going to worry about covering that. It'll be fine. It's mostly clear. If not, the blue letters match. So we're going to be okay with that. I am going to this is my paper I started with, remember? I'm just going to make sure that I have plenty of room. Because I am going to, well, not like that, I'm not. I am going to give a little bit of a rounded edge to my corners. Just on this is my Crop-A-Dile corner chomper. I'm just going to use the 1/4 inch to start with. I just want to see, you know, got to be cautious. See if that helped. Yep, it did. Okay. I might should have given that, yeah, I might should have given that a chance to dry a little bit more. Oh, it's all good. If this were a book or a junk journal or something of that nature, I have those little corner protectors, but I'm not doing all that for just a 1-month journal. Okay, so I need to finish putting my pages together and let's see. I am going to, just for the sake of simplicity, I am going to use all white paper, just the basic, that True Ray I was mentioning earlier. And then I was telling you it comes in different colors. I have these. I used these for fall last year. Oh my goodness, I love them. And there's like a rust colored one, burnt orange. And I have like some hot pink and stuff like that. But I'm going to keep it fairly simple. If I use, I know myself well enough to know that if I use good papers for my base, then I won't want to put anything on them. So I have learned that about myself. So the more basic I can keep my base pages, then the better off I am. I think I am going to make one exception to that, and that would be the outside. I'm not going to try to count in and do the 4th, you know, that day, anything special, because it wouldn't work out that way anyway. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I already have this one, makes 9. Allowing for a double page spread, I need 16 sheets, I think. 9, let's see, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. I was debating on doing 15. Let's see. And using going ahead and using this anyway as like the signature cover. Usually you wouldn't do that, or there's really no need to do that. You know, since I've already made this cover. But I was thinking that it would, well, just because I can, maybe. That might be why I want to do it. Just because, let's see, I do have this too, and it's fun. I love those colors. What else? I have this one that has stars on it, but it's got that on the back. Okay. I said I wasn't going to overthink this. But I think I am going to use this on the outside, or because I could fold it up and then have like little pockets. I was thinking about putting pockets in here too, but I don't know. I'm going to fold these and then see how thick that looks. It's going to be pretty thick, huh? Oh dear, yep. Yep. Let's see. 16. Yep, so that's 1. I don't know why that never looks right. All right, I'm gonna, I think I'm just gonna go through and fold them all. And then, well, I can just either talk while I do it or speed it up. Oh, I will show you this, and then I can tell you about this while I'm folding. This is, every time I see this, I think Little Shop of Horrors. Anyway, okay, I didn't say that. This is Macy's. And I think a couple of you know this because I said something about when I was making my Christmas journal. My great-grandfather, grandma, yeah, I think my great-grandfather, he was Italian, and they lived in New York, on Long Island, and he was a tailor for Macy's. Now, the old Macy's, you know, before it was a chain, but anyway, the one in New York. And so I have this is his kit that he used as a tailor. And it has a variety of things that I don't even know what they are, but I think they're cool. You know, I'm not going to begin to unwind that because it would break, but anyway, what was I looking for? But definitely having all and the, you know, needles to do. So I used this. I don't know why it didn't occur to me. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. Even the old wax, it's pretty dry. But I don't know why this hadn't occurred to me to use this before. And then when I broke it out at Christmas, or, you know, before Christmas, or to make my December book, my husband saw me using it, and he was like, are you really going to use that? Aren't you going to break it? I'm like, well, I mean, you know, it survived that long. I'm not going to use all of it. But anyway, so I just thought that was kind of fun. Yeah, I was supposed to be talking about that while I was folding, wasn't I? But anyway, that was my mom's grandfather. And my mom's mother's dad. They were Italian. Okay. I had actually, when I I don't think that paper's straight. Can you see that? Isn't that funny? Too funny. Okay, it's not gonna matter, but when it doesn't come out of the package straight. Anyhow, maybe it's me, because that one's the same way. They're not going to be right up next to each other anyway, so it doesn't, in the book, so it doesn't, for the purposes of the book, it doesn't matter, but it matters to me. Anyway, so I got out that kit, and I'm going to use that to bind the book. And I just think it's kind of neat. I actually marched in the Macy's parade when I was a sophomore in high school. And I played in the band here, where we live. My husband and I both grew up here. We went to the same high school, just a few years apart, and we were both in band. But no, we were not band geeks. At our school, there were no band geeks because our band was pretty awesome. And as a matter of fact, he was, I think his first year and my brother's senior year, they went and won nationals, which was a pretty big deal. Anyway, marching band. Pretty well-known band, and when I marched in the Macy's, it was the band's second time. My brother, who is 10 years older than me, one of them, my oldest brother, he marched in it. I think I was in kindergarten or something like that. Anyway, so the whole family, we went up, in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. So we went up to Newark. I don't remember much of it, obviously. The first time, I do remember the second time. But my family did not come when I went, because my parents were much older then, and my father was in I don't know if he was still in a wheelchair, but, things were very different. So, I got to spend, I think we were in New York for either 9 or 11 days, and, with your high school friends and whatever, and what better way to spend over a week in New York than with your teenage friends, right? So, that was fun. I'm still getting the impression this looks like too many pages. It certainly is I think it's because this paper is pretty thick. But see how much that stuck over like that when you put them together? And I know that that's not a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but let's see, I think that's 16. It's not a huge deal, except, see, now you can see it now that I've got that blue line right there. And you could trim them down, and you could just not worry about it. But my OCD is not quite there yet. I'm working on it. But with the cover that we made about a 1/2 inch wider than the paper, it's going to fit perfectly. And it doesn't matter. And also, too, if you put tabs or anything like that, I'm not opposed to things sticking over the edge. I just know I'm liable to drop it down in a bag and they get, real funky, bent and whatever. So it's okay. It doesn't, I may not want everything to hang out. So it just gives you a little bit more leeway. And let's see. Okay, 1, 1, 2. I'm not going to count these again. Okay, I am going to dig out my little jar of Baker's Twine. I have a jar of embroidery floss also, but I'm a Baker's Twine girl. I used to make, I had an Etsy shop for a few years. Let's see, hold on. 1, 2, I'm gonna go ahead and do 3. I used to do paper, I used to do tags. I used to do custom tags, like for, even had a couple of small businesses that I did I designed their logo, and I mean, that wasn't my strong point. I could do it well enough. I'm not into the computer end of that, like graphic design type, but I could do it well enough to put your logo on a tag or stickers, things like that, as well as some other things. And I used to make tags for, like custom tags for like Christmas tags. You know, it already says, you know, to, or, you know, the to, and then from Merry Christmas from the Smiths or Johnson's or whatever. Oh, sorry. I enjoyed that, and I don't know, it's a long story why I stopped, so I won't bore you with those details. But I think the short version is just because I needed a break from when your hobby becomes your job. Then, oh, that's not what I was looking for. Okay, there we go. Big needle. Oops, sorry. You can't even see that. I think I got burnt out on doing crafts for pay, basically. That's the short version. I would punch right through this and not even worry about it, but and I would be okay with that. However, I don't think I would get through in one attempt. So because it's so thick. So I'm not even going to attempt that. Also, because I put that Tyvek tape too, that's going to make it harder to go through. So I will punch the pages separately, or not individually, but separate from the cover. Let's see. Okay, I took a piece of paper about the length. Yep. And fold it in half. And then fold it in half. I'm sure you've seen this already. And then that gives you where your little joints are, because you fold it in half this way. Anyway, that gives you your holes, where your holes should be. Provided that you want one signature and you want it like in the middle-ish. That's the easy way to do it without measuring. Alrighty. So, I think I am going to mark it though. Maybe. My only thing is when because I will, if it's thinner, I will go ahead and just poke it through both. You do end up sending one out the side every once in a while, and that does bother me. So I want to avoid that. I also have a pokey tool. And I'm looking for some kind of, wow, let's hit it again. Well, that will have to do. I was actually looking for some kind of Sharpie so that it didn't smudge right off. Yeah, and see, I could have done it closer to the ends. Actually, that might be, yeah, I might have missed a fold. Let's see. Should I have done one more? It's been a while since I've done this, if you can't tell. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. This one. If you want a 5-hole, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want a 5 pamphlet stitch, that works. I'm going to not do 5. I'm going to do 3. But I am going to use this upper that puts it about an inch off of the top, I think. Anyway, close enough, right? I'm going to try really hard to hit this centerpiece, or the center fold. Yeah, if you miss and you do the little quickie poke through all of it together, it is hard. That does bother. I mean, I can handle them not being straight or not being whatever, but it does make it hard when it'll send it out like through the side right here. It ends up making your thing not structurally, you can tell the difference, not just, you know, from a OCD standpoint. Let's see, I'm gonna make those a little bit bigger. I have a pretty big needle. Don't need one that big, don't need one that curves, but I just think it's neat that my great, you know, I never met him, obviously, and I just think that was so neat. I used to have an antique shop, so I love antiques anyway, but then to actually have something that was in my family, you know, that got used by a family member, that's even better, right? So, does that not look like too many pages? Looks like too many pages for one signature. But we're gonna go with it. I suppose. Let's see. See what happens, huh? 2, 3. Okay. I'm thinking I probably should do. I have a cradle. You know, like a bookmaker's cradle. But it's in another room, and you know. Yep. I'm thinking I'm just gonna. Yep, there it goes. Okay. Ew, I need to clean it, huh? Oh well. Darn it. I'll have to paint over that or something. Maybe it won't do it again. I guess it's just got rusty or something. Okay. Yeah, and that's real easy here to send it out the side there too, so I try to just make sure I have that point. Oh, okay. I thought it wasn't going to do it, but it did. Oh no, look at that. Well, Do we care? Yes. Do we care enough to get out another page, another piece of paper, and, maybe not. I was looking for an eraser. I was going to see if it actually would erase. Let's see. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep, okay. So I was right amount. It just looks, bulkier. Okay, I'm gonna go with it, I think. Let's see, I could do this, because this is gonna be the like center spread. See, if I did that, it would kind of divide it up a little bit. If I leave it in the center, it would be easier to cover, right? No. No, because it will have the strings there, so, okay. Let's see. Oh, for crying out loud. I'm going to put it randomly in the month, and then when I come across it, I'm going to go, wow, where'd that come from? And y'all can remind me that I didn't clean the needle, and I probably already knew that from the last time I used it. Okie dokie. Let's see. This is harder to get through. It's pretty thick. The piece that I have in that box that you probably saw when I opened it, I used that for my Christmas journal. It's a very, very thick. It is not even standard twine. It's like a cottony, no, it's not cotton. It's like a, I don't know, whatever it's made of. It's real fuzzy and it's super, super thick. I like to never got that through. Was this book right here. This is the book I made for my December daily that I didn't end up getting to do much of because I had just ended up having hand surgery on the day after Thanksgiving. So I was trying to do my journal with one hand and my non-dominant hand to boot. But anyway, so, and see, that was the twine I used, and it's real fuzzy and thick. It was pretty and it was perfect for Christmas. But that was the year I marched in Macy's too. So anyway, I have a well, we'll talk about that later. I was gonna say I have several of those books. I was collecting those from different years, and my plan was to use them each Christmas. Okay, I'm gonna start on the outside because, as you can see, I like my strings on the outside. I don't know if that's gonna show up that dark, but it sure looks dark when I look at the camera lens, but maybe not. Okay, so I'm going to put, I'm gonna get that started. To me, it is harder coming from the outside. I mean, you have to at some point because you only go in and then you have to come out. Because you didn't poke your holes that way, so the paper is like poking out this way. So we're gonna try, and I might have to, might have to do this in little bits to start with. Let's see, and that's okay too. This is a way bigger than you would make one signature, normally speaking. I do like this flat head on this needle though. It does come in handy when you're poking through. Oh, I know what I didn't do. I know why I'm struggling. I did not clamp my pages together. Hold on just 1 second. I'll be right back. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Here's my little kit that's not old. Yeah, I could have used that. It is a little sharper, but anyway, these big paper clips work great. But these are, let's see, what are these? In the sewing department at, well, I got them at Hobby Lobby, but I'm sure they have them. They are Wonder Clips. Is that right? I think. Come in a package of like 50 or whatever. But they work great for lots of things. Okay, I'm gonna get this one started and then I'm gonna clip the whole thing together again. Also, work pretty well for doing this right here. I pulled that through too much. Doing that so that you don't accidentally, well, so you don't pull your string through your book. You could tie it onto a big paper clip too. But if you've ever done that, that's a pain. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, I think they're called Wonder Clips or Crazy Clip. I think it's Wonder Clips. But they work great for sewing too, but you know, we already talked about the sewing thing. Oops, sorry. I gotta figure out how not to, I guess eventually, when you get used to doing videos, you get used to not putting your arms across the screen quite so much. I don't know. Ow. Just poked my... Yep, I did. Dang it. We interrupt this video that I have almost, let's see, I almost lost a finger in the cardboard cutting. And then, let's see, bloody finger there. Well, I'm just doing great, huh? I'm gonna end up with, I should have gone and gotten a Band-Aid. I'm gonna end up with blood on my pages, but hey, at least it would match. So, y'all, I just heard yesterday, well, actually, I just watched the video this morning, of my favorite paper crafter, card maker, paper crafter, and all around crafty paper guru, May Made It. She just announced the first in-person crop since, you know, all that happened. Yeah, this is hard when you're with this thick of a needle and that thick of string. Okay, hard to get it through there without messing that up. Anyway, Take all that off, take all this off. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Was that? Well, bummer. Do I care? Nope. No, I care. Do I care enough to start over? No. Let's be real here. But I do like this. I'm happy with that. It ends up being very, it ends up having the same feel as one of those comp books. You know, the composition books I showed you. And it's not quite the same size, but it's pretty close. So I really like doing this way. But, oh, back to the craft in-person, what did she call it? Well, heck, I don't know. You can go look it up. It's some kind of 3-day in-person crop. She has a little store. Actually, it's not that little, but it's really cute. She makes her own stamps, and I mean, she designs and produces her own stamps and everything. I showed you that one. Remember the Stamps for Crafters? This is her. She's got such cute stuff. And then she sells, you know, some of the other paper crafting, the big names. Anyway, you can look online. But she also has like a stamp club. I'm in her monthly stamp club. And anyway, so she's doing her first in-person craft. I keep wanting to call it a craft show, and it's not a craft show. A crop, and then classes and all that good stuff. So it's gonna be in September, and it's a Christmas themed, you know, getting ready for Christmas. All right, just want to make sure I have that tight. So I don't know that I can go. I was it works out where she is located. I think I've already said this in another video, but works out pretty well where she's located because it's near some really awesome fishing lakes. That part of Alabama is near Montgomery. I think, or between Montgomery, north of Montgomery. Anyway, that part of Alabama has some lakes that we love to fish in. It's up a river, and then they have the dams, and then, you know, you fish that lake. Anyway, it's one of our favorite fishing places. And when I came across her, and then I found out that it was near where we were fishing, I was like, yes. So that is one craft store that my husband does not mind going in at all. He doesn't mind anyway, but because when we go there, he knows he gets to go fishing. And of course I do too. I love the fishing too. Don't get me wrong. It's not just him. He and I fish bass fish, rivers and lakes. We fish in a club together. We fish tournaments every month. And, you know, I just double tied that. I like to leave it hanging like that. Some people don't, but anyway. So, he's already, as a matter of fact, he's texting me now because I already texted him the dates. And said, you know, Clanton, Alabama on this date in September. And he knew exactly, oh, it's not where that goes. He knew exactly what I was referring to. But I think we have it's a Wednesday or Thursday through Saturday. I think we have a scheduling conflict on that Saturday, so I don't know what we're gonna do about that. But anyway, it was just a sign of, you know, things happening again, and, you know, so that was very exciting. Okay, I'm gonna end this, and yeah, but I'm happy with that. I like how that turned out. And it is funny how you get hung up on one piece of a project. Like, I wanted to use this paper. Otherwise, I would have already been finished with this journal yesterday. But I wanted to use this paper. And now do you see why? I think it looks kind of cool. I might go and cut... I have a silhouette. I am not joining the Cricut crew. I had a Cricut first and I didn't like it. And I'm not jumping on the Cricut bandwagon. I love my silhouette. I've only needed one. And you can do anything you want with it without purchasing other stuff. So why change, right? So anyway, I was thinking I would cut out July maybe across here, but I'm thinking that I don't need to because that kind of screams July, doesn't it? So anyway, yes, I realize this is an American holiday, and I you know, sometimes forget that other people don't celebrate the same ones we do, but anyway, but for now, that's my July book, and then I will get my printables. I am a Patreon Pocket Journal Pam, and so I'm waiting her printables. Her Patreon notifications should be coming through any time now this morning, and then when I get her printables, and I'll get them printed and then come through and decorate. And I mean, sometimes I make my own too. I use a variety. And I love Brooks. She is not a Patreon, but she sells her digitals on Etsy. So, and a lot of times I mix the two just because they both are great in a different style and they're fun to use. So anyway, I will, I'm not going to necessarily come back and decorate ahead because I don't typically do that, but I might try a little bit of that. You know, branch out a little bit this year or this month. So we shall see, but this is it for now. I'm going to go put this piecemealed video together and see if I can't get it posted. But y'all have a great day. Bye.